Hello, friends. I wanted to do a video, something different than my normal videos. I'm going to tell you a little story. I was raised pretty good. I've had loving parents, and Christmas was always a big celebration for us. A lot of family get-togethers. My mom always worked hard to make sure that we got the gifts we wanted. I think of it now, and I could say that we were spoiled. You know, my parents were very loving, and I have nothing to complain about when it comes to my parents. And when I got a little bit older, about 15, 16, I got into drugs and I got into drinking. And the Christmas parties that my parents would have became a little too much for me. I would bring cocaine to the parties and I would invite friends. And I remember this one time we went to my friend's house, and I got totally smashed on Christmas Eve. And I woke up and it was 10 o'clock in the morning. And I got back to my parents' house, and my youngest boy was there. And I embarrassed the family. I was swearing a lot. My dad was doing a video of the Christmas morning, and he told me he had to delete it because I was swearing through the whole thing. It was just an embarrassment. Then about then I started to realize that I was having a problem. I was depressed a lot, and I was using alcohol to cope, and I was using drugs to cope. And I know that's just blaming my addiction on that, but there was a lot of factors in that with me using. And there was a point that I became homeless. I was like on the streets for a little while, off and on. I will tell you that I did spend a couple Christmases alone. I remember having a small apartment, not even an apartment, it was a bedroom. And it was Christmas Eve, and I didn't drink or anything. I just laid in bed and watched TV and felt sorry for myself. But I got through it. And then things started to change for myself. I got clean and sober, and I worked really hard on that. And being clean and sober gave me back my family and self-respect. But I know that through Christmas, people are struggling. The reason I said that, because I want people to know that I know what it's like to be in a dark place. And I know what it's like to be alone for Christmas. Now, because Christmas is coming up, and I know people are in different places in their lives, there's going to be a few of my followers that are in a dark spot. And what I can say to you, and there's a couple of suggestions that I'm going to give. I always find it helpful if I can help somebody else. Now, what I mean by that, like, you might be broke. You might be in a really bad spot. But if you go out, and I know this is going to sound maybe cheesy to some, but go out and volunteer at a soup kitchen, or spend some time with addicts, or helping, someone that's homeless, maybe just if you have a couple bucks, maybe going and buying them something or buying them a meal, It's called getting out of yourself. And I know that that can be difficult if you don't have money to give to the homeless, but there's other ways to help. And if you go on YouTube or like look into your community, you'll find there's a lot of things you can do for volunteer work. Now, if you're really depressed and you can't even get out of bed, my father would always tell me, go take a shower, get dressed, and if you still wanted to go to bed, take off your clothes and go back to bed. That's like the first step of trying to get out of yourself. Now, when it comes to Christmas, I want everyone to know that it's just a day. It will pass, just like tonight's going to pass. It's just a day. We have made such a big deal about Christmas and spending family, and some of us can live in the past. When I was alone in that bedroom, I thought about all the good Christmases I had, but I couldn't get out of myself and think about who maybe I was affecting by staying by myself. It's almost like I was punishing myself for me being, so fucked up. I've done a lot of hospitals. I've been in a lot of mental wards, so I know what that's like as well. I actually believe that I spent one Christmas in a hospital. If I'm not mistaken, you have to understand, there was about 5 years that were really blurry for me. I do remember being around Christmas. I think my father called and wanted to come pick me up and bring me back to the house, and I refused. I refused because I wasn't in the right spot. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. But, if you're in a dark spot, know that you're not alone. There's many people that are going through the same thing you're going through. I can identify. And people that seem like they have their life together, believe it or not, they can identify with you too. Because we all have our ups and downs. So, knowing that Christmas is just a day and it will pass and you will survive, just like New Year's. It's just a day, you will survive. It's just a day on the calendar. Look at it that way. I always say get a plan. If you can save a little bit of money, maybe plan out like a movie night for yourself if you are alone. I always say get some junk food, maybe get some of your favorite foods. You don't have to set up a Christmas tree and, you don't have to go that far. The goal is just to get past the day. Just like New Year's. The goal is just get past the day. Life will get better. I know it seems like it won't. There was a time that I felt like I was in a well, so deep in the well, and every time I looked up, I just seen a little bit of light. And it was so far away that I couldn't get it. But slowly, one foot in front of the other, I got out of that well. And I have hope for you. You will be able to do it as well. Also, if you are in a dark spot, maybe medication might be able to help you. Talking to your doctor and working with your doctor. There's many people that take their lives around this time of the season, and I don't want anyone to leave me on my shift. So, get on Facebook. I said it in my last video, tell people that you're going to make a post. Say, I'm going to be alone for Christmas and I'm kind of sad about it. And I guarantee you, people will message you. People will comment under your post. You might get offers to go somewhere if you want to. You will have somebody to talk to through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So I want everyone to take care of themselves. And remember, if you're even having trouble talking to somebody, and let's say nobody messages you on Facebook, there is numbers you can call if you look in your community for, I don't want to use the word, but prevention of hurting yourself or harming yourself. There is people to talk to. So I want to wish everybody a happy Yule, a Merry Christmas, a Hanukkah, whatever you believe, and just take care of yourself, okay, friends? Love you.